Assalamu alaikum viewers and welcome to Cricketing Mind. Starting from the 16 teams, we are left with only a couple of teams. The finalists, Pakistan taking on England on Sunday, the Super Sunday. In order to discuss this match, once again, my old buddy Ibrahim Yusuf from South Africa, we will discuss the match insights, team favorite, prediction, and players to watch. Ibrahim, assalamu alaikum, and how are you doing?
Walaikum salam. I'm good. And how are you? And hello to all the viewers. I hope you all are good.
I'm fine, thank you. And viewers are also, I think, doing great, enjoying the World Cup. So Ibrahim, like one match away from the trophy, and it's like a wonderful like World Cup so far. Just starting with the road to the semi-final and final for both the teams, starting with Pakistan. Nobody expected. We have also talked about a lot on WhatsApp that Pakistan was nowhere near to even qualify for the semi. So just like a couple of updates from your side regarding Pakistan road to final, and then we come to England, because England seem more of a dominating side as compared to the finals are concerned and the way they reach the final. Pakistan picking momentum at right time, but early losses of couple of they like dented them, and then defeated of Netherlands and followed by South Africa. So how you think the road of journey to final to Pakistan team?
It was a bit tricky to start with the loss to obviously
India
and Zimbabwe. And then also I think after that Netherlands game was a bit of a scratchy game. Bowling was good, batting was still not up to the mark, because they took that was a chance to actually, if they were gonna have a chance to sniff at it with net run rate, that was the match where they could have pushed, because only a 95 target. Then come the South Africa game, they were fantastic. Then Pakistan were back, they were in it. And then again, the Bangladesh game, a bit of a slower wicket. And at that time already, Pakistan just needed to make sure they win the game. The semi-final position was theirs.
Okay, Ibrahim, one thing was very funny, and surprisingly, both the good teams like Pakistan and England have lost their match with the very minnows, like Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe not that much minnows, but they are playing cricket from quite time now. Zimbabwe and England lost to Ireland due to, and both of the teams have been like not even qualify for the 2024 World Cup in a state like good position. So but cricket is a funny game, no doubt, because Zimbabwe win against Pakistan and Ireland victory against England, and still both are playing the finalists. So what take you on that? Your take?
The Pakistan game was a bit of a surprise. I thought they would chase it down because they were so much in control of that game. And then I think they were Shadab and Shan Masood got out, and then there was a bit of panic there from the lower order, and they failed to get it. And then I think Muzir Rabbani and Nagara, the two bowlers, used their height, and Muzir Rabbani used his pace, because he's got, I think, decent pace. The rest of the Zimbabwe bowlers, only Muzir Rabbani has a bit of express pace. So they use that, they more use their height to their advantage, use the bounce, and they managed to take that game deep and pull off a 1-run win. With England's case, I think it was the rain. If the rain hadn't come down there, Moeen Ali and I think was it Liam Livingstone at the crease, they had started stepping the gear up, and they would have probably chased that total down.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So they were in a commanding position, so it was more of, okay, the rain came down, we were 5 runs short of where we were supposed to be, and then they just continued with the momentum they had from the last game, because it was more of England dominating, like the South Africa Zimbabwe rained out game. It was the South African team who took the momentum from the match, and same year England, and they just continued. They had a good net run rate, they had the edge over Australia, so they just made sure they won the rest of their games. Obviously, the game against Australia rained out.
Okay, Ibrahim, semi-final seems like pretty one. Yeah, please, you may complete. Yeah.
But the rained out game, I think, was more in the favor of England than Australia. I think Australia would have wanted that game to happen, so they win, because that would have meant England were out. That would have meant England are out, because it would have been England 6 points, Australia 8 points.
8 points, yeah.
But sure. So it was more that was more of a better result for England, as they were the team more ahead in terms of the semi-final race, and eventually I thought they topped the group, to be honest, with their way to win, because New Zealand looked like their net run rate was sliding down, but eventually they did make the semi-final, and then you saw what they did to India.
Yeah, rain has affected a lot of matches. That's not that much good a World Cup in that, for example, Australia and even South Africa, Zimbabwe match.
That's why I said
Yeah.
That's why I suggested the Marvel Stadium down the road from MCG, because that you can they have a roof to close over. They have a
Yeah,
roof
that's pretty valid.
system
Yeah.
in that stadium. Yeah.
That's more of an indoor. So, Ibrahim,
Yeah.
semi-finals seem pretty one-sided. Like Pakistan versus New Zealand was even one-sided. Same as England versus India. English crushed India in the first semi-final with the Hales and Butler. Like they just like toying around with the Indian bowling attack. So how do you think what went wrong with India actually? I mean, strangely 169 on the board. It seemed that it was a tough competition and might be India favorites. What went wrong with the Indian bowling? Are they not up to the mark, or they have faced some quality side in lights of Butler and Hales?
They overhype their players. I mean, if you look at it, none of except for maybe Shami, Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Ashdeep are not as consistent. Maybe Ashdeep with his death bowling, but in the rest of at times he's expensive. He goes for runs. So does Bhuvneshwar Kumar. And if you look at the IPL, it's the foreign players who are benefiting, and they are more consistent than what the Indian local players are. If you look at the selection also, why didn't they play Chahal? They played Akshar Patel. Akshar Patel is 100% not suited to Australian conditions. Just take IPL 2022. He was the worst bowler, probably from
Yeah,
the spin
true.
options
Pretty
there.
true. That was pretty surprisingly, yeah.
Akshar Patel.
And why not Chahal? Every team is like putting some their leggies on, and leggies are performing like Shadab Khan and two other teams I've seen the leg spinners are performing quite well. Why not Chahal? Like he's like one of a decent bowler, I believe.
And Ashwin has showed he can do it with the bat. So if I were to select for the beginning of the World Cup, my two spinners were Chahal and Ashwin. The reason being, Akshar Patel depends on the pitch. If you look at it, his ball is just coming, it's a straight ball. So any team, be it Pakistan, South Africa, he's the bowler you're going to charge because it's coming straight. There's no turn on the pitch. So if you're in Asia, you might say, okay, Akshar Patel, we might have to play him slowly. You're out of Asia, in Sena countries, maybe in Mumbai, sometimes in Pakistan, maybe Rawalpindi, where spinners don't get much of spin. If you're going to look at India, you're going to attack Akshar Patel, you're going to attack Jadeja, Shahbaz Ahmed. They've got too many left-arm bowlers who are pitch dependent. And that is where India are going wrong over and over in ICC tournaments. They're looking for that all-rounder.
Let's move to the bigger stage.
Option,
let's move to the bigger stage, the final. And Roy, basically, the Butler and Hayes, the way they have momentum, they are certainly carrying this momentum to the Melbourne cricket ground. But the same Pakistan openers are getting some form in the semi-final. We have seen Babar make 53, Rizwan making 57. But if we, in comparison, like the duo of Babar and Rizwan and Butler and Hayes, in terms of aggression, there is nowhere near, because Babar takes time. Rizwan a bit slightly ahead of Babar in terms of accelerating there. But Alex Hales and Butler, once they both charge, they totally run away from any opposition within the 6 overs. So how do you compare Pakistan openers? Because power play will play a very vital role despite its raining effect or whatever. Whoever wins the 6 overs, that definitely 60% chance they can take over the game, especially in the pressure game. So how do you rate coming back to Pakistan, Rizwan, Babar getting momentum at the same time? And again, Butler and Hayes, they are like superb against India. So in comparison of both the teams, what do you think? Which pair is better and which pair needs some improvement?
I think Butler and Hayes don't fear the bowlers.
Yeah.
Babar and Rizwan might have to be watchful for Mark Wood and Chris Jordan, and maybe works with the newer ball, harder ball. Melbourne seems to, it hasn't had much game time, so the wickets probably going to have moisture and still have that bounce like the first game, the India-Pakistan. So when the ball is bouncing and coming a bit of a higher pace, Babar and Rizwan seem to struggle. So I would say they have to watch out for there.
Because Mark Wood is fully fit? Mark Wood is fully fit to play? This is a modern question. Mark Wood.
I'm not sure. I think he is still 50-50. But they do have some,
because he is their prime bowler, and the pace he's like opting for 155 plus. That can be tricky for Pakistan, especially in that condition, because England has some very pace power in lights of Mark Wood.
And there's also the option. Yeah. There's the option of probably bringing Jamal Mills if they want, the left arm fast.
Okay, so coming back to
although he can be wayward and he can provide that maybe the width for Babar and Rizwan to play through the line, even the Pakistani middle order. So I think, in that point, Mark Wood is more this thing better. It would be a better option. And let's see if he's fit. I think he will be fit because they just took precaution in the semi-final. He looked good. I think the day before he was bowling in the nets as well. I saw something on social media as well when he was bowling in the
Yeah.
nets.
Ibrahim, let's talk about apart from openers, Livingstone, one of the dangerous players from England side. We have seen the starting from PSL, then again like his performance in the international. He's superb, and now right now he's focusing on the bowling as well, or part-time off spinner. But in this World Cup, I haven't seen that much spark from Livingstone. Where he's currently lacking, he's like superb player. I think I have seen like hitting some big sixes out of the ground, but in this particular World Cup, he seems a bit off color. Do you think he can be trump card in the final?
He seems to like the Pakistani bowling attack. He
Yeah,
always performs. He always performs there. But this is a high pressure match final, so we'll have to see. He hasn't been as this thing. He hasn't played a big role like that. More with his fielding and his bowling in between, he's been crucial
Mhm.
for England. He's been more handy there. I think he's due one with the bat. So if he does get the opportunity, he'll want to take it and score some runs. And I think, yeah, I think it's just that the bowlers have got him and they kind of found out his game.
Yeah, me too. He
And
likes to play against Pakistan, and his performance is quite well against them. So, Ibrahim, toss is definitely putting some impact, no doubt about that. And I personally believe whenever Pakistan match, it's my heart says that Pakistan should board as well, because I still believe Pakistan bowling is their strength. And once you have a strength, you should utilize that first. Even in the last New Zealand match, a lot of people, cricket analysts were saying that Pakistan should go for the bat first, put runs on the board, pressure games always help. But I personally feel that bowling first, keeping like both Shaheen, Haris, Naseem, you have every sort of variety and utilize them, restrict them under 50. Apart from India match, 160, we have like put every team around under 150, or even New Zealand 152. They have some class players. So do you think toss will have a factor considering weather updates in mind as well, or Pakistan might go for the bat first, runs on the board thing, or they should stick to their strength?
I think stick with your strength, because in this match, England is very dangerous. England are they at their most dangerous when chasing.
Yeah.
And similar to New Zealand very dangerous chasing side. So that was a good decision to bowl first in the semi-final. This game, I think stick to your strength and bowl first, because England were chasing. I think it will just give them the upper hand.
Okay, so Pakistan should chase. And what about England? If they win the toss, they're definitely going for the ball first.
They
If
will
they
go
like,
for
they
bowling
like
first.
chance. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think as you talk about player to player? If I ask you any sort of a batsman, bowler, or all-rounder, do you think that that can be change the complexion of the game? Because the final, it's a big stage, everyone wants to perform. So from a couple of players from Pakistan side, couple of England side, do you think that they really can be a match winner for their respective nations?
From the Pakistan side, I think Shadab and Iftikhar in that middle order.
Hmm.
England side, Moeen Ali and then Ben Stokes. Ben Stokes is always stepping up for England in the
Ben
final
Stokes,
matches.
Ben Stokes, be even not delivering that much kind of status and credibility he have. We haven't seen that one Ben Stokes, which he is renowned for. I believe it's a final, a big stage, and he's always a big match player. So you never know against Pakistan what happens. So as far as captaincy is concerned, do you think Butler has certain edge over Babar in terms of captaincy, or Babar is now pretty old as far as captaincy is concerned? Asia Cup, last World Cup, and then Butler, I think last time Ian Morgan was captain. So that experience matter in the T20 format, or that will be like just a matter of 3 to 4 hours who played better cricket? And captaincy played a vital role. We have seen that Bumua played a very, very good captaincy role. Their team is winning. He himself is not delivering, but he's a good leader. I totally agree with that. South African like skipper Bumua is a very good leader, to be honest. Despite he's not dropping himself, he is like getting the players utilized quite well. The same thing with Darren Sammy, we have seen that. West Indies won a couple of World Cup, even Darren Sammy don't much have that role. So do you think that captaincy and additional pressure will impact Babar and Butler?
Yes, because in this game, if they get that 1 or 2 bowling changes wrong,
Yeah.
because more the captaincy has to do with the field and the field. You get the wrong bowler there, and you play into the hands of England, especially. They're going to get that 20, 25 run over, and then England are going to run away with the game, because then they're going to put the pressure on. So it'll be vital from both sides. Butler has sometimes made some bowling changes, which you ask, why is he bringing this bowler on? And if you look in the England side, at times Moeen Ali can be a bowler which is targeted. And maybe probably the strength is to go with Adil Rashid, and Moeen Ali and Liam Livingstone, they look to juggle that over. And then the Pakistan side, I think they should stick the 4 paces, Shadab, and then Nawaz should be used only if needed. If he brings Nawaz into thinking England is weak with spin, that could be the mistake on Melbourne, because I
So,
don't think it's going to assist
Ibrahim, momentum,
Spud as much.
momentum certainly with both the sides. They are winning their respective like games. Even England have like more comprehensive win. It's 10 wickets win is always like thrashing the opposition. So going to the final, fresh game, warm up match between seen Pakistan versus England. England was quite dominant, and then a series against Pakistan in Pakistan, England 4-3 won. So England definitely have upper hand. And in the recent past, we haven't played that much good cricket, especially against England. I always believe England is a very quality side. They have 7 to 8 specialists and 7 to 8 match winners, to be honest. So on papers, England seems, to be honest, favorites, but Pakistan, with you never know what they did in the tournament. Nobody expected. So if you as a neutral, being a South African, I will final call, like, who you think have potential to carry the trophy and they can surprise the opposition, because that I believe you will also agree with that was a crunch game, not a one-sided contest like we see in the semi-final, but still a slight edge over the other team. And why in terms of favorites?
England will have a slight edge because of the batting, the bowling.
Yeah.
They have an idea of what they want to use. They're more clear on their plans, and I think Butler will know how to execute it a bit better. And he is at the wicketkeeper position, so he has a view of the field, a much more better view. At times, Babar is standing in different positions where he can't see, and he has to take advice from Rizwan.
Yeah.
So I think England, especially with the way they play, the brand of cricket they're playing, and Pakistan, I would say that the underdogs going into this game is because of there is certain areas where there is still questions of how they're going to perform, especially the opening. If there's the extra bounce, but I think England will go with the.
What about the crowd? I have seen a few Aussie supporters chanting for Pakistan Zindabad in the like last match. So do Australia support Pakistan, considering that England have outclassed them to qualify for the semis, or what will be the host nation do? Like most of the Aussies, I think they're supporting Pakistan.
I think the crowd will be maybe a 50-50, because before this, I think BCCI had bought quite a bit of tickets to sell to Indian fans. Yeah, so could they sell it to England fans, Pakistan fans? That will be left to see what they do. But I think Pakistan fans, I think maybe Pakistan will have the upper hand with the crowd, maybe backing them, like we saw in Sydney.
There are too many Pakistanis in Sydney.
England will have the army there, the crowd that follows them all over, that group. So, and maybe we'll see some other England fans, but I think Pakistan might have the upper hand with the crowd in terms of crowd support.
So viewers, that's it from today. Ibrahim, our South African journalist, always comes with this very good predictions. Like a lot of his prediction was spot on, and he was with us in the whole World Cup and upcoming series. Inshallah, we will stay in touch, because he has a lot of very deep analysis, and keep liking his channel. I request you all time, EB Sports Talk, his channel is all about, and a very, very good blog he used to write. So please, it's a request you to subscribe his channel, like his blogging, and also do comment on that. We will remain in touch. Ibrahim has predicted England and give a slight edge, because he's saying that will be a crunch match, but keeping England brand of cricket, the way they are playing, they are a bit fair, and I totally agree with that. And being a Pakistani, I wish Pakistan best of luck. Inshallah, hope so Pakistan will deliver. Time will tell. Weather will play a very vital role. I'm not sure what happens the day after tomorrow, but most likely it's rain and the reserve day as well. And the trophy will be shared, as Ibrahim said, in case both days are washed out. So let's see what happens. Ibrahim, thank you very much again for coming on a short notice, and you always come. Inshallah, I will come also your channel. We'll do like much regular session onwards. So take care, and we will see inshallah again. May the best team win.
Yes, yeah, may the best team win. Assalamu alaikum, and thank you again for having me on the show.
No issue. Take care. Allah Hafiz.